Hey guys, this is Primeval, back with part 9 of my Shoshone playthrough. So, in the last few episodes we've been fighting the Iroquois, we've been losing units, we've also been killing many of the Iroquois' units, but they have much better production, so it hurts us a lot more than it hurts them to be losing all these units. This time around, we only lost one artillery after repeated bombardment by a Great War bomber. I was hoping that by pulling him back here, the Iroquois wouldn't have vision on him. He was already pretty weak, and so they wouldn't be able to bombard him. But they must have a spy in Mbaza, Congo, so I'm happy I have my own spy in there to counteract their coup attempts. And if you'll remember, 2 videos ago, the English actually pulled off an extremely low probability coup, and I sort of rage reloaded there. But seriously, that had to have been a 0% chance coup, so... Anyways. And it was after having to replay the whole thing because my hard drive was full and I didn't actually end up recording the session that I meant to. Okay, anyways. Protestantism was not passed as the world religion, and scholars in residence was not repealed. There were enough nay votes from the other lagging civilizations, including the... no, actually, I was going to say including the Iroquois, but they were yay votes along with India. Let's go grab open terrain and pop ourselves into the water in a single turn. That's pretty nice how that works out. Choosing production, more artillery. Down here, we'll finish off our last cargo ship, and that road piece is done. Go work on a road here. How far can we get? Not bad. Okay, so before I start attacking the city, I'll want to 1, 2, 3. There's no one in range here, so we'll inch forward this way, get our artillery into position for next turn, bombard, and take down these Malay units, which could cost us a lot more trouble than being a turn slow at taking down Grand River. So 5 turns off from our mounted unit, so we don't have to worry about bringing Grand River down right away. Keeping an eye on Mombasa here. And I want to go and give Geneva some extra production. So yeah, 10 hammers for Geneva. Now, yes, we were trying to go and look for anyone who's trying to pillage our trade routes. So far, so good. Work on a road, and I'll fortify here. Okay. And actually, since if I do want to go and save my gold per turn, I can gift the Gatling gun to Byblos, because it'll still serve the same purpose, which is protecting my flank here. So that went and saved us 4 gold per turn, and I don't really need this Great Admiral either. He's served his purpose, and he's not near a fleet that he can help heal up. Although these seas do look fairly safe, I guess I can send him out on his own to go and... No, I'll just delete him. Okay, so that saved me 3 gold per turn. We're almost breaking even again. Are there any buildings in Geneva that I don't actually need? I don't need the aqueduct, so I could sell that for 25 and 1 gold per turn. I certainly don't need this seaport. Yeah, we'll go and sell that. Okay, that looks good. Yes. Okay, so Ethiopia wants to go to war with India. Since we have a defensive pact with India, I would much rather if Ethiopia would go to war with the Iroquois. Maybe I can convince him to do that instead. And it looks like... Ooh. Now, the Iroquois have been building and buying air units like crazy. Luckily, they're sending their air units after the city-states instead of our units, so we haven't really lost very many there, which is actually quite lucky for us. Let's go and set ourselves up there. Go and try to take this guy down. We don't want the Iroquois to get involved with Congo, so I can either deal a bunch of damage or try to get in the way. Well, let's go and deal what damage we can. Huh. Anyways, go and shoot that guy. We've got another great general, which again I'll want to bring to the frontline battle we have going with the Iroquois. Ah yes, let's try to convince Ethiopia to go to war with Hiawatha. How about for salt? No? Wait, did you just say that looks good to me? Really? Trade other players. Declare one. Hiawatha. Works as it stands on the table, eh? Alright. Salt for war. Sure. Now we're unhappy, but we do have a bunch of gold kicking around, and I think we're close to becoming friends with Tyre here. Yeah, for the low price of 250 gold, we can get a little more happiness online, 4 more happiness. If we go and look at diplomacy overview, Elizabeth has extra incense, extra wine, and extra citrus. We could definitely use the wine or incense. So, trade luxuries, your wine for, how about some horses? No? Okay. Incense. Who had incense? Was that you, Elizabeth? Leisure resources, incense for my spare copper. Excellent. Okay, so we're happy again. That's great. Let's go and work on some more riders. And should we start taking down the city here? No, let's take down any units we can see first. Okay, let's get this guy over here to try to get in the way, stop the Congo from being captured. And do I want to drop another citadel? If I have a mounted unit right back here somewhere, I might not need to. But what we can do is start sliding the artillery along Underground River. Okay, all of that looks fine. Hopefully the Congo doesn't get captured. I do have enough artillery in position and a few melee units to recapture that without too much trouble. But if it does fall, all of the Congo's military units will get instantly destroyed. So I'd rather that not happen. Shaka is plotting against us. Maybe I can get England to go to war with Shaka. And that'll take some pressure off of me. And Elizabeth is plotting against me. Okay, so if I can get these two jokers to declare war on each other, that'll be quite... Aw, Congo and all of its units. Come on. Anyways, so Spy had to flee the Congo there as well. That wasn't really what I wanted to happen. Most unfortunate. And we went and lost that frigate. Okay, so first of all, Shaka, how would you like to declare war on... Ah, they're already at war. Did I already put them at war with each other? Maybe I did. And they're still both plotting against me. I guess thematically that makes sense. They're not happy that I set them on each other, but I doubt if the AI really knows that that's what happened. Let's go shoot Congo just a little. Let's see. I can heal some hit points if I go and pillage tiles while before I retake the city. And we'll go do that. We'll go and liberate the city. Unfortunately, that uses up all of this rider's movement and puts us in a fairly vulnerable spot. Hopefully our artillery will be able to weaken these guys down enough. Guess we'll pull back up there since that's where the units are. Congo, we're allied with them again. Unfortunately, when they were conquered temporarily, they did lose all their units, and they were being pretty useful with their units, so I'm sad to see them go. Oh, I do need to go and reassign this spy. Let's go and drop him into Onondaga. Okay, please finish that road. Now, I hope the Great War Bombers continue to bombard the cities and not my units. Okay, they did send bombers after a couple of my weakened units, but by and large, it looks like they either just flew around randomly, perhaps rebased to Montreal, and maybe a couple of shots on the Congo, but it doesn't look like it. The artillery was destroyed by a rifleman. This guy was destroyed by a bomber. We do have a healthy amount of influence with the Congo now that we've liberated them a few times. Or now that we've liberated them once and we're good friends with them already. Getting closer to logistics on these guys. Okay, Grand River is getting pretty weak. Next turn, okay, from Geneva. Ah, excellent. We can run in there in a single turn. Let's just go and stand over here. Stay on alert. And that looks good. Vancouverite and Samarkand. I'm glad I've seen a lot of caravels from Samarkand, so I'm glad they're not allied with the Iroquois. And I do hope the English aren't actually planning some sort of a military push on me here. Now let's go and give these guys open borders, and maybe they'll actually go and attack the English city, and maybe that'll get the English a little more angry at them and not me. Go alert. And okay, cargo ship done. We're sending extra hammers to both of these places. Let's go get another international trade route going and really hope that England doesn't declare war on me. Relationship-wise, who is unhappy with England? The Ethiopians are. Can we convince Ethiopia to declare war on England? Yes, we can. War for everyone. Okay, so hopefully that'll discourage the English from declaring war on me. And now, let's go for a rifleman or a lancer. Let's grab a lancer here. And in Geneva, we'll get some more riders. It's a road done. And work on a road over here as well. Push these guys forwards. So this would put us in range of any bombers. Fortify. And we'll just stay on alert here. Okay. 4 turns away from railway. I could bulb him now and then head over towards either flight or replaceable parts. If I am going to grab Grand River soon, although even if I do grab Grand River in the next couple turns, it'll probably flip back and forth. I don't really have the support to hold on to it at the moment. I'll need more riflemen to stand in the way, so that my artillery can pick off any advancing units. Although going for flight does let us go grab ballistics next. I would like to go via replaceable parts over to plastics. Replaceable parts would also let us or let the Congo start giving them their special unit, which in this case is the Foreign Legion. I believe we checked on that earlier. Militaristic. Yes, the Foreign Legion once we're at replaceable parts. But I think I want to try to get flight, and once we get the oil from Grand River, hopefully, we can start building some anti-air defense of our own. Let's go send this guy to have a look at Ethiopia. Perhaps a diplomat? Well, let's see how long spying will take first. Discovered railways, so this worker who's been asleep for probably a century can go and work on our railway. We've got a great general and an artillery piece. Okay, that looks just fine. So I generally pause the video in between turns, but since I do want to see the pop-ups from what's getting attacked, I left the recording running, and I took a drink of my water there, so if a large number of you find the sound of people drinking water repulsive, I'll not do that in the future. Just let me know in the comments if that's particularly off-putting. That musketman drew a lot of fire from the Great War bombers. Trade route plundered between... Uh-oh. Are we at war with Samarkand now? No. But we are at war... Ethiopia is at war with England, and that's how we lost an English trade route. Alright, fair enough. War is not good for the economy. At least, not for international trade. It certainly stimulates the domestic economy. Let's go and grab rough terrain on this particular guy, since I'm being optimistic and hoping we can go and push for Onondaga, and we'll actually have Grand River soon. Okay, yeah, let's push this artillery forward, perhaps here. No, we'll be conservative and hold back a little. Okay, so now with that rifleman, we can still grab Grand River in one turn, if we can get it down to 0 health. And if we can, we'll actually destroy 8 airplanes. Oh, sweet. Destroying 8 Great War bombers. Don't mind if I do. Nice. And a lot of sweet buildings too. Even some buildings that we don't have the technology to build ourselves. Let's go and create a puppet here. And we're very happy. Very happy. Okay, taking those guys down. Road. It's all fine. Get our next great general to the front line. And production on more artillery. An endless flow of artillery isn't bad. And let's go and open trade route with England here. And I think Gattaca, show queue, add to queue will work on another cargo ship now that we have a 7th trade road online from grabbing railways. Everything else looks good. We should be able to hold on to Grand River for another turn. Oh, wait, never mind. Let's see, what? Okay, he's got 13 more airplanes over here. They're mostly triplanes, but that'll be enough to weaken Grand River, and then this rifleman can come back in and recapture it. Do I have another mounted unit who can recapture it on the same turn? I don't, so I think I'm going to go and buy a unit right now. So normally a Lancer would do the job, but my unique unit actually has one more movement. So in case that one extra movement makes all the difference, will happily spend the extra 40 gold. Alright, so I think everything's in order there. Let's have a quick look at the current state of the world. Gandhi's peaceful. He's friends with me and my enemy, and he's denounced the Ethiopians and the Zulu. Hiawatha is at war with me and Ethiopia. Shaka is at war with England, and the Ethiopians are at war with the Iroquois and England. Nebuchadnezzar is our friend, but has only had one city and has denounced Ethiopia, the Zulus, and the Iroquois. And Elizabeth is just not very friendly. It's denounced pretty much everyone. And she's at war with the Ethiopians and the Zulus. So I'm liking this. It's good when the AI fight. They might not actually be fighting, but at least they're at war with each other and thus not trading with each other. Okay. Next turn. Okay, Grand River was bombarded by rifles, or by bombers, and then recaptured by the riflemen. And some person was captured there. There was an archaeologist that I captured when I took Grand River, and of course it was returned. That's fine. I don't care about archaeologists at the moment, especially since all of the dig sites in the area have already been claimed by Hiawatha. That's fine. We've got rifleman upgraded. Let's go and get him towards the front line. Got another rider. Let's get him down over this way. And does this guy, yes, he can get there in one turn. Unfortunately, we don't have vision, but this old chap will happily provide that vision. Let's get him over here. And in we go. How does it look now? Let's look at a lot of buildings. We'll go and create a puppet. And we should probably go and advance some of the artillery. Where is a safe spot to stand behind Grand River? This isn't the safest, although for the moment he shouldn't have any spies in there, so it'll be safe for a little while at least. Let's pull these guys forwards. Well, here we can bombard this artillery piece. Be safe, hang back here just a little. Okay, that looks fair. And we'll get over here. Rider done, let's get another. And yeah, things are going well. Alright, Grand River was attacked by 5 Great War bombers. It's down to 0 health, but there aren't any units around to actually capture the city. So, let's try and get rid of these units. These guys can go and run forward. And now I'm also hoping he's got 16 aircraft. That oil was actually Grand River's, so he should be down to just 10 oil. Let's negotiate peace. Shoot resources. Oh, he still has 5 spare oil. So, if I go and pillage the 7 oil, or somehow destroy Mombasa, that should cripple his air force. Let's get our units into position to start attacking Mombasa here. Bombard. We'll take care of these units first, of course. And set up bombard. Okay. One rail piece done, and this archaeologist, so that ancient site, dig site, has already been dealt with by the Zulu. We could delete him. That gets us 53 gold, or 50 gold, and saving 3 gold per turn. And with this worker, let's go and repair the coal. I have a lot of coal now. I can go and sell that to someone. And let's drop someone into Mombasa to make sure we have vision there. Let's move to Mombasa. And right, so I think the only civ I'm friends with, other than Babylon, Trade, who has no money, is India. Perhaps they would like to buy, well, we have a lot of oil. They don't want any of our coal. Or, yeah, I guess most of that coal is coming from city-states. And we're using the rest in factories. But once we repair this coal, we can probably sell it. We definitely don't need 14 oil. At least not right away. So we can sell some of that, but I'm not desperate for the money anymore. How are our city-states doing? They're just fine. Okay, these guys want a great engineer and a trade route. Our religion and furs. Interesting. Okay. One artillery. We'll set up. Bombard that Gatling gun. And just go and fortify the great general over here. Is Grand River safe? I think it's safe for now, since there's this whole forest in the way, so that'll slow down any units coming to try to quickly capture Grand River. They can probably stay there to heal up for now. "25 hit points on the rider." Yes, yes, let's work together, although that could anger India. But I'm sure you have a lot of gold that you'd be willing to give me for various luxuries and resources that you don't need. And that actually gets me a little friendlier with the Zulu, so maybe we can hold off on war with them as well. Okay, so we lost an artillery there to Great War bomber strikes, and they've got a lot of airplanes flying around. I'm not sure exactly what they're up to. Okay, cities we like to visit, i.e. tourism output per city. Onondaga has the most. The Indians are next, followed by the Ethiopians. Meanwhile, we don't even make the list, which is fine. If we capture Onondaga, we'll actually be doing quite well as far as culture goes. So yeah, Onondaga on its own is producing 42 culture. The next highest producer is India and Ethiopia at 52. So capturing the Iroquois capital would put us into #1 as far as tourism goes. So if we do take over our continent, going for the cultural VC might be viable. Okay, what else do we have? More artillery. Let's get some open terrain here. And get ourselves over this way. Okay, that road is done. And that's enough to hook us up to Grand River, especially since we have the coastal connection there. Let's go and could repair the silk, or we could send this worker home to help with the railroad. How long will that take? 4+ turns. That's fine. We'll send the worker home. And let's get this artillery into position. First things first, set up, bombard. Bombard. There's no road, so we'll set up here. And we'll get this guy down along the bottom, since any area along the border is actually pretty dangerous, since the Iroquois have vision there and thus can send their great war bombers at us. It's also been 3 turns, or it will be 3 turns, since we captured Grand River, and so it'll have time to have inserted a new spy into Grand River, in which case the units surrounding Grand River will also be vulnerable to air attack from the vision granted by that spy. I should have shared intrigue there. Let's Gandhi, discuss, share intrigue. Okay, and choosing production. Okay, so I got the cargo ship being built. Do I want artillery, or should I start getting some airplanes online? That's 1 turn from now. Do I have anything that builds really quickly and isn't completely useless? A worker does make sense. Walls don't cost me any maintenance, and if I do get a surprise attack from, say, the English, I'll be glad I had them. So let's go build walls, and then next turn we'll start on some triplanes. Okay, let's bring this guy over here, move on towards Mombasa in our attempt to deprive the Iroquois of all their oil. Let's see now. We could go kill that artillery, but I think we'll just heal up there, since he shouldn't have vision on the city unless the spies already established surveillance in Grand River. Fortify there. Alright, I think this is where we'll end part 9.